Newbolt's math videos. Yeah, we got our train. Thanks for being here to learn and to ace the final Q3 final exam. Whoa, that's crazy. Already there, we're already there. Okay, so basically this is the this 2.3.R assignment is probably the last thing going on this quarter's grade. Maybe we'll see what year it is. Just check on with me, check on Canvas. It's the final exam for third quarter, practice test to get you ready for the final exam. And if we're doing what we did last year, you get to drop one of the 4 tests. So unit 6, 7, 8, and then drop the final exam if you already did really good. Or maybe this you'll do better and drop another test that you didn't do as good on. So we'll help you out there. If you're about to take the Unit 8 test, maybe you're using this for more study material for Unit 8 so you don't have to take the final. And so then focus on 25 through 40. Then focus on 25 through 40. But also do 1 through 24 to prepare for final exam. For third quarter, final exam. Nice. Okay, so the following graph is a transformation of the graph y equals x squared. So here's our parent function. Over 2 up 4, back 2 up 4. So that's our parent function. So write an equation for the function represented with the graph. So is that shifting? How much left? How much right? Up or down? Come up with the equation. Well, let's see. Pause me. Try it on your own. Go ahead and pause me. So we go 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be left 3. How far down is it? Down 4. So how do we write an equation with left 3 down 4 is the question, right? So left 3 down 4. So down 4 goes on the outside. And then left 3 is opposite what you think. So you think left 3, but it's actually right. It's actually, well, it is left 3, but it's x plus 3. And then I don't see over 1 up 1, over 2 up 4. So I don't see a slope there, so we're good. Don't see a slope there, so we're good. Okay, good job. Use the method of completing the square to find the vertex form and axis of symmetry. Do you remember how to complete the square? Take the b, divide by 2, and square it. So this is our a equals 1, b equals -8, c equals 2. And so we take the b value, divide by 2, and square it is the, that's the formula. So take the b, divide by 2, and square it. So that's going to be -4, and -4 squared is 16. So now we're going to spread that out. So x squared minus 8x, leave a space. Put the plus 2 over here, another space. And so we're going to add 16. How do you balance on one side of the equal sign? How do you balance adding 16? Well, you also minus 16. And that balances each other out. Cool. So now we're going to go ahead and factor that guy. So that factors into x and x. Factors of 16 are 4 and 4. Minus and minus. So now we have x minus 4. There's 2 of them. So that means all squared. All squared. And then minus 16 plus 2 is minus 14. And so we bring that back. And so that is called a vertex form. Vertex form. And our vertex is opposite the -4. It's actually a +4 minus 14. And our axis of symmetry is a +4. Okay, so then we have a parabola with the equation y equals 3 squared. Parabola b is the image of A, and shift 7 corners to the left and 4 units down. Write the equation for parabola b. Okay, so that's just shifting from our parent function. So shifting 7 corners to the left. So that should be plus 7 to the left and 4 units down, I believe. So I don't have an answer key with these, so I'm just kind of hoping that I'm teaching this to you. Should be teaching this to you right, but it's nice to have an answer key just to double check because we make mistakes too as teachers. So email me extra credit if you find any of my mistakes. Find a possible equation for a quadratic function having the zeros. So you're basically reverse engineering it back into parentheses. So you're going to go ahead and plus 1 to both sides. So we get x plus 1. So we add, right? So negative 1 plus 1 is 0. And we add it to the left and then put a parenthesis around it. So x plus 1. This one we're going to minus 3 to both sides. So we get 0. And that's just x minus 3. Put in parentheses. So write the answer in standard form. So right now we have x plus 1 and x minus 3. That's in factored form. We want it in standard form, so we're going to have to distribute or FOIL it. So x times x is x squared. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. 1 times x is 1x. And x times negative 3x is negative 3x. And negative 1x with negative 3x is negative 2x. Because you took 3 apples off my tree, but you gave 1 back. So there's standard form. Okay, do you know how to do a composition? How do you do a composition? Remember that? So to do a composition, you take G and you plug it into F. So you take G and you plug it into F. So that's going to be 3 all squared, and you're going to plug that into F, so that's your 4x. And so 4x times 4x is what's going on there, times your 3. And so that's 16x squared, and 3 times 16 is 48x squared. So to do a composition, you plug one inside the other. You remember that? Pause me. You got to pause me. Don't just be copying. You're going to fail it. You got to pause me and try it on your own. Try it on your own. Okay, identify the end behavior of the function and draw a rough sketch of the polynomial. So end behavior, let's see. So, oh dear, so we have 2x squared, right? So we have 2x squared. So that's 4x squared, because 2x times 2x is 4x squared. This one is just an x squared, and this one is just an x to the first power. And then we also have a negative in there, right? So we have negative x, so negative x to the first power times x squared times 4x squared. So that 4 with the negative is a negative 4. And then 1 plus 2 plus 3. Add the powers. So that's going to be x to the 5th power. Okay, so now we're negative and we're odd. So negative and odd means that we start off high and we finish low, and we're going opposite directions for our end behavior. So there's our end behavior, there's our end behavior. Now we need our zeros. So we set each of these equal to 0 and add 3 to the other side. So positive 3. And first power means it's going to be odd. And odd means cross through. Is it coming back to you? Do you remember how to graph these by hand? This one's not minus 1. This is set equal to 0. Add 1 to the other side, so we get positive 1. And so positive 1, that's a bounce because of the even. So that means to bounce. And then this one is actually 2x plus 7 equals 0. We're going to minus 7, and then we're going to divide by 2. So we get x equals negative 7 halves, and we are going to go ahead and bounce. So 7 halves is like what? 7 halves is like negative 3.5. Okay, so now we have x equals 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2, 3.5, which is right about here. We also have x equals 3, and then we also have that 1. Okay, do you remember what to do next? Pause me, you got this. So at negative 3.5, we're going to bounce. At 1, we're going to also bounce. And then at 3, we're going to cross through. And there it is. There's our answer. There's our graph. Crazy looking graph, but that's our graph doing it by hand. Nice. Okay, do you remember how to do this? Oh man. Hope we don't put this on the final exam. Could you do this on the final exam? You're going to have to distribute that negative 2 to everything. That's nuts. So that's going to be invisible 1. And so 2 times, so negative 2 times the visible 1 is negative 2. So 2 to the negative 2. 4 times negative 2 is x to the negative 8. Y to the negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. All over 3 times negative 2, x to the negative 4, and y to the negative 10. Wow, we had to multiply that negative 2 to all the powers. All the powers. Okay, so negatives go up, make it positive. Negatives on top, powers bring down, make them positive. Up positive or down positive. Ready? So this 3 is going to come up here, and this 2 is going to come down here. So that's 2 to the positive. So that's 3 to the positive 2 on top, 2 to the positive 2 on the bottom. That x is going to come down, so that's x to the 8. Y to the 6 stays on top. And then x to the negative 4 moves up, and negative 10 moves up. So that's x to the positive 4 now, and y to the positive 10. Yeah. I'm just making our video here. So that's going to be 9. 3 squared is 9 over 2 squared is 4. X to the 4th, well that's 4 of them gone, and so we're going to minus 4 down there. So that's x to the 4th. And then 10 and 6 is going to be 16. And that's our crazy final answer for number 7. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. And then, ooh, does this factor? I think it factors. X and x, 1 and 3. Sign middle term goes with a bigger number. So negative 3x and 1x. No, that's not going to work. Oh, so maybe it's negative times a negative. Negative times a negative is a positive. There we go. Okay, so what is this side missing? So this side is missing it has the x minus 3, it's missing the x minus 1. So we have to give it an x minus 1 to the top and bottom. And then we're going to distribute that negative 5 through. And we're going to combine the top. So negative 5x and then negative 5 times negative 1 is a positive 5. So combine the top over the bottom once. Over the bottom once. And the next can't equal 1 and 3. Yeah, there we go. Remember that? Woo! Okay, see you in your next video. Thanks for watching. Try it on your own, then check with the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.